student, today's topic is molecular basis of inheritance, and in this topic the main point is DNA as genetic material. Here in 1869 Friedrich Miescher from the pus cell nuclei isolate a unique chemical substance to which he called nuclein. Chemically, nuclein has a high phosphorus content, but it shows acidic properties, hence it was named as nucleic acid. See, it is isolated from nucleus, so nucleic, and acidic properties, hence it is called as nucleic acid. And by the early 1900, we know that Miescher nuclein was a mixture of proteins and nucleic acid. Means in the nucleus chromosomes are present, and this chromosome they are made up of protein and nucleic acid. Two kinds of nucleic acids are there. DNA, that is deoxyribose nucleic acid, and RNA, that is ribonucleic acid. See here, the structure of chromosome is shown. Chromosome made up of chromatid, and each chromatid consists nucleosome fiber. This nucleosome fiber, or this is the chromatin fiber. This chromatin fiber, it is made up of nucleosome and DNA, which is wrapped around it. I already explained this topic in my video. I will share this video on the end screen, so please see that video. Here, chromosome made up of protein called histone, and it is also made up of DNA. And as chromosome consists two chemical components, that is protein and nucleic acid. So at that time there was a big question, that is which is actually genetic material, whether it is protein or whether it is DNA. So some scientists perform an experiment and they prove that genetic material is DNA, it is not a protein. So let's see that experiment. See here, chromosome made up of DNA, chromosome present in the nucleus of the cell, and DNA, it is part of DNA controlling specific character of individual form a gene. Now we know all this, that is genes are made up of DNA, or genetic material is DNA. But before that, certain experiment they are performed. Let's see. The genetic material is DNA. By 1900 century, geneticists knew that gene control the inheritance of trait. Means character, they are controlled by genes, and their inheritance, it is also controlled by gene. And that genes, they are located on chromosome. Here, see, genes are located on chromosome, and that chemically chromosome are mainly composed of DNA and protein. See here, proteins are large complex molecule. Then they store information needed to govern cell metabolism. It was believed at that time. Hence, it was assumed that protein caused the variation observed within the species. DNA, as compared to protein, DNA is small, simple molecule, and simple molecule whose composition varied little among species. Means very little variations are there among the members of the same species. So it is not surprising that most researchers initially favor protein as genetic material at that time. They believe that as this protein, they are large, complex molecule, and they believe that they store the information. Initially, most geneticists thought that proteins are large complex biomolecules, store information needed to govern cell metabolism. Hence, it was assumed that protein caused the variation observed within the species. On the other hand, DNA thought to be small, simple molecule whose composition varied little among species. Over the time, these ideas about DNA are shown to be wrong. Means now we know that DNA is genetic material. It is large and vary tremendously within and among species. Means it shows variation within and among the species. Variation in the DNA molecule are different than the variation in shape, electrical charge and function shown by protein. Over a period of roughly 25 years, means from 1928 to 1952, geneticists became convinced that DNA and not protein was the genetic material. Let's see some important experiment. First experiment performed by Friedrich Griffith in 1928. He used the bacterium Streptococcus pneumoniae that causes pneumonia in human. Here two strains are there. Means two genetic varieties of Streptococcus to find a cure for pneumonia, which was common cause of death at that time. Here, see these two strains are there. First, S strain. Here in figure, S strain is shown. S strain is virulent. Virulent means it causes disease, that is pneumonia. It is smooth. It is pathogenic, means it causes disease, and encapsulated means it is surrounded by a capsule. And R strain or R type, it is non-virulent, means it doesn't cause disease. It is rough, means without capsule, non-pathogenic. Griffith conducted 4 experiments on these bacteria. Let's see by figure. First, in first step he injected mice with rough strain, which is non-virulent. As this strain is avirulent, when he injected mice with this strain, naturally mouse lives. When he injected smooth strain, which is virulent or pathogenic, into the mice dies. But reason was it dies due to pneumonia. Then in third experiment, he injected mice with heat-killed smooth strain. At that time, mice lives. And in fourth set of experiment, he injected mixture of this heat-kill smooth strain and rough strain, leaving rough strain into mice. And surprisingly, he find that mouse dies due to pneumonia. See, when he injected rough strain, mouse lives. When he injected heat-kill strain, again mouse lives. Then here, when he injected mixture of these two, at that time mouse dies. What is reason behind this? When he observed the blood sample from the dead mouse At that time, he found both strain in living from. See here, he injected only living R strain and hit kill S strain. But when he isolated blood of these mice, he observed both strain in the living form. And he called it as a transformation, means something which is picked up by this living R strain from the blood of that mice or from S strain, hit kill S strain which is injected and which was injected in that mice, and that something he called as the transforming principle, which convert this living R strain into S strain, and that something is the genetic material. Griffith called it as a transforming principle, and that experiment is known as transformation. Means something pick up from the medium and convert one form into another form, means R strain get converted into S strain. That is the transformation. He didn't explain that DNA is genetic material. He only concluded that there is something present in hit kill S strain, and that something is the genetic material of that S strain. And due to that, these R strain get converted into S strain. See here, material in dead bacterial cell can genetically transform living bacterial cell. Then next experiment performed by scientists AVERY, CLEOD and CARTY. See here, again we will revise Griffith findings. In these 4 experiments, something had caused harmless strain R bacterium to change into deadly S strain bacterium. Griffith showed that the change was genetic. He suggested that genetic material from hit kill S strain bacterium had somehow changed the living strain R bacterium into strain S bacterium. Griffith concluded that the R strain bacterium must have taken up to what he called a transforming principle from the hit kill S bacterium, which allowed R strain to get transferred into smooth coated bacterium and become virulent. Means after picking that material, these R strain get converted into S strain, and that something is the transforming principle, which is actually genetic material. Next experiment performed by 3 scientists, AVERY, CLEOD and CARTY, in 1944. They clearly gave evidence that DNA is genetic material, and they conducted this Griffith experiment further. But here they isolated chemicals of S strain and added along with R strain. First they isolated RNA of this S strain, added molecule tested for transformation of R strain. Here only R strain obtained. Then they added protein of S strain along with R strain, only R strain obtained. Then they added DNA of this S strain along with R strain, and they obtained S strain here. Here this is clear evidence that DNA is genetic material, as it is having ability to convert one form into another. or it is having the information, or it is information carrying molecule. In the same manner, the isolated lipid of S10 added along with arsine, at that time there was no transformation. When they added carbohydrate of S10 along with arsine, again there was no transformation. And this clearly proves that genetic material is DNA, not RNA, protein, lipid or carbohydrate. See, then they added enzyme, means RNA digesting or degrading enzyme, DNA degrading enzyme, then protein degrading enzyme. In separate experiment, they perform this 4 step. First, control, no enzyme is used. Protein, DNA and RNA are all present. Add R cell, S cell present, means there is transformation. See, heat is used to kill S10 of Streptococcus pneumoniae and capsule components are removed from the solution. In first control, no enzyme and all material transformation occur. Then in second experiment, they added proteases, protein degrade enzyme, DNA and RNA. Again there was transformation. Transformation occur in absence of protein. Here 2 materials are remaining, that is RNA and DNA, means genetic material is DNA or RNA in that bacteria. Then in next set they added ribonucleases degrading RNA in the sample. Protein and DNA are still present. There was transformation in the absence of RNA. The naturally remaining DNA, they added deoxyribonucleases which degraded DNA or which break DNA, and protein and RNA are still present. Add R cell, there was no transformation, means S cell absent in this sample and transformation didn't occur and without DNA, and this clearly proved that genetic material is DNA, not protein, RNA or carbohydrate in the bacteria, in that Streptococcus pneumoniae. So, see here, again this experiment is explained. They purified DNA, RNA, protein and other material from the cell-free extract of S10 and mix with heat kill S10 and arsine separately to confirm which one could transform living R cell into S cell. Only DNA was able to transform harmless strain R into deadly strain S. They also discovered that protein digesting enzyme proteases, RNA digesting enzyme RNases did not affect transformation. So the transforming substance was neither a protein nor RNA. DNA digested with DNA did inhibit the transformation, suggesting that DNA caused the transformation. This experiment proved that the transforming principle is DNA, but all biologists were not convinced. Then finally, HARSHY and Chase in 1952 proved that DNA is genetic material and not protein by using bacteriophages. Here, bacteriophage is shown. Actually, what is bacteriophage? It is a virus which infect bacteria. They are very simple in structure, means they consist this protein coat, that is capsid, and in that nucleic acid is present. See, DNA, blue color DNA is there, and this black color, it is protein coat. So they are very simple in structure. What it did? Hershey and Chase work with virus that infect bacteria, that is bacteriophages, which are composed of DNA and protein. They use radioactive phosphorus, that is P32, in the medium for some viruses and radioactive sulfur for some other. They grew some virus on a medium that contain radioactive phosphorus and some on medium that contain radioactive sulfur. See here. Here, this is the virus or bacteriophage which contain radioactive sulfur. Red color, that is radioactive. And here, P32 means in this column, in this bacteriophage, this phosphorus is labeled here. See, we will see. Some viruses, they are labeled with phosphorus, some they are labeled with sulfur. Radioactive phages were allowed to infect E. coli bacteria grown on the medium, containing normal phosphorus and sulfur. Then as the infection proceeded, the viral coat were removed with the help of centrifuge. See here, first step is infection, means this bacteriophage, they allow to infect bacteria. Two sets of experiments are there. In first, radioactive sulfur, in second, radioactive phosphorus. First step is infection, means this virus get attached to the bacteria, then insert DNA into that bacteria. Then after that infection, blending was performed to remove the protein coat. Then there is centrifugation and this capsid, it is removed, and when this bacterial cell, they were observed in the first set of experiment, this bacterial cell is not radioactive, means this sulfur, it is a component of protein and that protein remain outside, and phosphorus, it is component of DNA. So DNA enter into that bacterial cell and govern its machinery during the replication of this bacteriophage. And this clearly proves that the information about this replication of bacteriophage present in DNA and not in protein. So genetic material is DNA, it is not protein. So our information carrying molecule is DNA and it is not protein. Again we will see. Radioactive phages were allowed to infect E. coli bacteria grown on the medium containing normal phosphorus and sulfur. Then as the infection proceeded, the viral coat were removed with the help of centrifuge. Bacteria which were infected by virus with radioactive DNA were radioactive, means that DNA entered into the bacterial cell, indicating that DNA was the material that passed from the viruses to the bacteria. Bacteria which were infected by viruses having radioactive sulfur were not radioactive. This indicates that protein from the viruses did not enter the bacteria. DNA is therefore the genetic material that is passed from virus to bacteria. In other words, Some time after infection, radioactivity for phosphorus and sulfur was tested. Only radioactive phosphorus was found inside the bacterial cell, indicating that DNA is genetic material. See, again we will see this figure here. First, radioactive DNA means here phosphorus is labeled. This bacteriophage allowed to infect this E. coli bacteria. First step is infection. Then blending. Blender to remove phage means this bacteriophage removed from the bacteria. Then phage DNA in E. coli. Centrifuge to separate phage from E. coli. Supernatant solution containing protein is not radioactive. Cell with DNA are radioactive. Second experiment. Virus infect bacteria. Here proteins are labeled, or radioactive proteins labeled with sulfur. Again blending. Protein coat removed. Phage DNA in E. coli. Solution. Supernatant solution containing protein is radioactive. Cell with DNA are not radioactive. Means DNA enter into the cell, bacterial cell, and hence DNA is genetic material. It is not a protein. See here, lytic cycle of this virus is explained. First, this virus or bacteriophage, it get attached to the bacteria. Phage attaches to the cell surface of bacterium. Second, phage DNA enter the bacterial cell. After that, the DNA of virus enter into the bacterial cell. Then it govern machinery of that bacterium. Phage DNA integrate into the bacterial cell. And integrated prophase replicate when bacterial DNA replicate. This cell may exhibit new properties, means the bacterial cell shows new properties or change in the properties of bacterial cell. This is due to the DNA of this bacteriophage. This is called as transduction, means property of one organism over bacterium changes due to this DNA of the other bacterium which is carried by this virus. Means transfer of genetic material of one organism into another through the vector, that is virus. It is called as transduction. And here during this only DNA enter and protein coat remain outside, hence DNA is genetic material of the bacterial cell. Thank you friends.